everyone, my name is Andrew and welcome back to Leo Gaming. In this episode, you guys can already tell it's the first episode of the new series. As many of you may have watched the last episode of the Transport Fever series, you guys didn't know whether or not I would be continuing to play Transport Fever or not. I still play Transport Fever adamant to this day, including there are some things that I will be doing with Transport Fever over the next couple of weeks alongside this Let's Play. And also, if you guys are hearing background noise, that is a cop siren in the background, which I have no clue why it's that loud anyway. But aside from that note, I'm going to go and quickly change up the mods that I currently have active inside my game. Like you can see, I have a lot of mods that I have active, but I'm going to quickly switch them over to inactive. So if you guys have any suggestions for mods that you guys want to see, please leave me a comment down below. It lets me know that you guys actually want to see the mods. Plus, if you guys don't know already, if you guys watched yesterday's episode, there will be a mod showcase video coming out throughout this week. The first one will be posted 2 hours after this episode. So this episode is coming out at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you guys want to see the mod showcase videos, it's just going to come out 2 hours later at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you live in London, the mod showcase videos will come out at like 10 p.m. If you live in New York, it's going to come out at 5 p.m. or no, yeah, 5 p.m. And then if you live in Hawaii, it's going to come out at 11 a.m. So there's that. I'm not sure what the time is for if you live in Japan, Australia, or India or something like that, but I do know those time zones off the top of my head. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and quickly cut right here to go ahead and change up the mods that I am going to be using, and I will catch you guys in game. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the game. Now, I do want to go ahead and mention real quick that I decided to go for a medium-sized map, mostly for the fact that the last Let's Play that we did was on a large-sized map, if you have recalled. And at this point in time, I do want to go and let you guys know that I have tons of mods currently active inside the game. Now, how many mods? I honestly don't know. I know that there's just a lot. But first, what I want to do, I want to go ahead and get my first line started. Now, what that first line may be, I have no clue. It could be I'm just trying to look around for super fast cargoes that we can do. We got quarry right over here with the construction materials plant up here. Another quarry over here. Okay. We got iron mines right here, but is there any coal mines near my? I doubt that there is. There's 2 quarries right over here. Damn. I'm feeling, yeah, there's a coal mine down here. But is there any? Yeah, there's goods down there. Is there a machines factory anywhere nearby? I don't think so. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So, what I want to do first, I want to get some sort of cargo running first of all. Secondly, I want to get some sort of passengers riding to and from Mexborough, I think that's how it's pronounced, and Askern. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I am pronouncing any of those names correctly, or any names in the future, please leave me a comment down below of letting me know how it's actually pronounced. Okay? Okay. So, let's go and get started with that machines line. Now, some of the mods that I have active are the Sparky's Stations and Depots mod, which I will go ahead and show off the depots that I got, which this is kind of like an older version of the a road version of the tram depot that's from the vanilla game. This is a part of the mod. Now I can just place this anywhere I like. There's no limitations with it. There's another mod that I have active. I'm not sure which mod this gives you, but it is basically a larger tram hub, tram depot. So if we look right here, it just looks like the Train Fever blueprint duplicated with itself. Okay, so you can automatically tell that it's just two tram depots stuck together. Okay, let's see here. We don't got any new stations yet. One thing that I do have is a truck delivery stop. This is meant to be used with US maps, as the mod would say that it's meant for the US, because apparently there's not a European version of this. But I did decide to add this in nonetheless. So we want to go ahead and start off by making tools and or machines. Now the best way to do that, get steel production started, which we do have a steel plant right over here. Okay, so we'll have to bring coal and iron over to the steel mill, and then bring the steel over to the machines factory. Now we do have a quarry and where is it? A construction materials plant both there and there, so we can bring slag from both of those as well. But I don't think I want to bring slag and all that. But I do want to go ahead and start off with getting the steel made. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that started off here. Okay. And if you've never played Transport Fever, just go ahead and just pay attention is all I would have to say. I would say go ahead and check out my last series, but I don't really recall what I did in that last series. So there's that. I would start off with trains right now, by the way. But trains are fairly expensive to run this early in the game. As you can tell, I only had 3 million at the start of the game, which is not enough to be running any trains lines, even though trains can become very profitable very quickly. Now, you want to make sure that when you are running train lines, that you got to make sure that they're pretty fast and efficient. I do have also a few mods that basically, like for instance this one, it's a European styled street. Now, I'm not sure if this actually matches European roads to date, but as far as I know, this looks fairly different than in-game, which I don't really mind. I want to go ahead and make it so that way at least ships can get under that road. Let's go ahead and go with a standard bridge like that. Now true, this only has a 9 mph speed limit, but we only have horse cars or horse carriages, which frankly don't provide us with much as far as like transportation means are concerned. So I want to go ahead and get that hooked up there. So now we have an easy connection for both of those to get across the bridge. I want to be able to get the iron over to there easily. Now with the coal, it's going to be quite different, because we have to either take it through Askern or take it around Askern. So I'm not sure if we should do that, but I have a feeling that would be a better option, but that would cost us a little bit more money just to get started. So I'm going to go and just start off by getting the lines created. The first line will go from the coal mine over to the steel mill. Put that up right there. I know that it still needs to be named. And put that one to there. Okay. And then next one will be from here to here. Okay. Don't worry, I will be naming all these before we leave. And then I want to go ahead and get a truck delivery stop 1 over here. Okay. I want to go ahead and also close off the gap over here, just so that way we have a nice little turnaround for our trucks, nice and simply. Okay. And then go from here over to here. And of course it's just going to go around like that, which I don't want it to do. I'm going to quickly just grab a waypoint. Now you can use different types of waypoints. There are plenty out there right now. There is the parking waypoint. There is the hydrant waypoint. I'm not sure which mod the parking waypoint comes in, but I know that the hydrant waypoint actually is its own mod. So if you want, you can use that. I like using the hydrant waypoint just because of the fact that it makes it look a little bit more realistic. Because you would see hydrants scattered throughout the town. Okay, and just go via that waypoint. Okay, now before I leave, let's go ahead and get this started. So Mexborough. Mexborough, I want to say this is going to be tools and machines, even though we're only going to be producing tools right now. Okay. I will more than likely have to rename all these later on, but right now this is how things are going to have to be. This is the Mexborough, Mexborough Steel. Mexborough Steel. Okay. So there's that. Oh, yeah, I don't want to touch you, industrial building. And then you are going to be Mexborough. I think that one's the iron. Okay. And sorry about that, I just bumped my mic. And then this one is going to be Mexborough coal. Okay. So there's that. So we only have 4 stations, well technically 5 including that one, but we'll have coal coming from here over to the steel mill, and iron ore coming over to the steel mill, and then the steel going over to the machines factory, and then heading into Mexborough. Now I'm not sure if I should go ahead and ship this over to Askern, but if I were to do that, I would most likely do that via ship, just because that would be the most direct route, and I would have to replace this bridge right here. Which, I don't really mind, but still, I would rather want to avoid replacing bridges as much as possible. Now, we do have a area right over, a city right over here that we can go ahead and ship passengers to and from, which I don't think is a bad idea, so we could do that. But let's go ahead and get a road depot started over here. And, okay. Just go ahead and click on the road depot, buy road depots. We do have the DMG Canstat, which has a top speed of 16 miles per hour. It's not too fast, but it will definitely have to decrease going over this bridge. And I think, before I do buy the vehicles, that I want to go and upgrade this to a medium street. Okay. Upgrade that, and upgrade that. Okay. The small country roads are 19 miles per hour, so we're good there. And let's go ahead and go back into the depot. Do I want to? I want to go with the DMG. Okay. So let's go ahead and get, let's say 6 for the coal line. And then I want to go into my lines overview. It says 6-minute frequency for our coal line, so let's go and double the amount of vehicles on there. And put that on the coal. 3 minutes, let's put another 3 vehicles on, and 150 seconds. I want to try and aim for 2 minutes as possible, just because I think that works as best. Put 1 more on there. Yeah, that's perfect. And then I want to go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put all those on the iron ore line. 3 minutes frequency. Let's double that. So 6 more vehicles. Iron ore. 104 seconds. Let's actually move a couple of you over to the steel line, because I want to make sure that it's not going too far under the target that I want. So go to steel. That actually did go above the target that I wanted, so go back to iron ore. That's fine. Put 5 more on the steel line. Goes down to 131 seconds. Put 1 more on there. Okay, 112 seconds. Perfect. And then go ahead and put, how many do we want on the tools and machines line? Start off with 6. How many will that, what time will that give us? 137 seconds. Okay, put 1 more on there. How does that do for us? 117 seconds. Perfect. Okay. Now they're all going to go about their business. They're automatically set to prioritize on load. So like for instance, when they pick up coal from here, they're automatically going to be set up to pick up coal. And then when they come out to here, they'll just drop off all their cargo. Let me go ahead and quickly go into the lines though. And their second stop for the coal line, its second stop is Upper Mexborough. Is going to be unload only. Okay. And then for the iron ore line, Upper Mexborough, unload only. Okay, there we go. Steel line is basically the same, but instead of Upper Mexborough, it's going to be Mexborough West, okay, at the machines factory. And then tools and machines line, it is going to unload at Park Road, which is that truck delivery stop that we had. The truck delivery stop can also function as a passenger stop, but we're not going to use it as a passenger stop. I don't want to do that. But anyway, let's go and let the vehicles run about their business, and quickly I'm going to go and turn the vehicles off, mostly for the fact that I want to be able to keep the frames that I currently have. I'm running at about 60 frames a second right now, which is phenomenal, but that just means that we're on pause right now, so that's enough said than done. Let's go and let the game run, and let's see how we drop. Now, right now I'm running at about 50 some odd frames a second. Alright, now I'm running at about 50 frames, 55 frames, 54. Okay, so we're still running at about pretty decent, good frame rate. And I don't know why, but it looks like my settings are a little bit down, but I guess that could be granted. And let me know if the game volume is a little bit low or not, because I can hear it perfectly fine, but it's on a very low setting, enough to the point where it won't be blasting in my ear. If it feels as though the volume setting for them are kind of the volume setting for the game is kind of low, please let me know in the description or inside the comment section, and I will do my best to fix that up. Now, as far as getting the passengers moving, I think that what would be a best option is train, but right now we only have $1.5 million left in the bank. So, and one thing that you can do as far as the finances are concerned, you can scroll on over and it tells you what your full amount and value is, and including it tells you the same right here. Okay, so we have 1.2 million currently in our bank right now. So I want to make sure that we stay fairly inexpensive. Okay, so as far as that is concerned, I want to go ahead and speed things up. Mostly for the fact that it's going to take a while for our vehicles to get over to here. And if we look down here at the coal plant, it's already starting to produce, but it doesn't say that it's using the line. That's because it's thinking that it's going to send cargo over to this steel mill, which we're not wanting it to send over to there. We want it to be sent over to this steel mill over here. As far as this iron ore mine, it's already above 100 capacity, or 100 in production. But where is our vehicles at? Okay, our vehicles should be about, should be like somewhere over here. In fact, they could be on the main roadway. Yes, there they are. The way you can just tell is I have the tick downs, the costs currently turned on right now. So whenever we get to the end of the month or the beginning of the next month, it's going to go ahead and tick down. Okay, but I'm going to quickly turn that off, mostly for the fact that I don't want to see that. And there's all our vehicles. As you can see, they're running pretty smoothly down there. And I'm still running at good frames a second. That is great. And if the frame rate does seem choppy at all throughout any sort of videos that I do produce, it's usually based on the graphics card that I have. My graphics card is almost I think it's almost 6 years old. That, or it could be 4 years old. I'm not too certain. It's a 460 graphics card. But I am talking to one of my friends on Discord, where he is planning on selling me his GPU, which I'm going to have to wait an extra few weeks on, which I really don't want to, but it's going to have to happen. Not for his own reasons, it's for my reasons. It's complications as far as that is concerned. Now, I do have a bunch of station mods. I do have the cross-frying junctions installed as well. So basically what these junctions do is that there's different sizes to them, okay? So the you can change the crossing angle that you want it to be. You can have it be 5 degrees like that, which is fairly expensive. 40 degrees like that. 80 degrees like this, and you can also change it a little bit more like that. Okay? Tracks group all, no, just one. Yeah, this is another thing that it can allow you to do. It can allow you to separate your tracks by grouping. Okay? And then I don't really want to use it, so I'm gonna go ahead and click off of that. And we're just gonna quickly grab our train station. And I do also have the bigger train stations mod enabled. And as I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys want to see a full and complete list of my modding collection, please let me know in the comments section below. And I will do my best to create a collection for you guys to take a look on. Now where do we want this station over here to be? I have a feeling down near the waterfront. So let's go and create this. Perfect, that's what I wanted. I'm only gonna get rid of 2 buildings, which I don't mind as long as it's not gonna be too expensive. And if you guys can hear me like fast clicking on my keyboard, that's just, of course, me clicking my keyboard. It's gonna happen no matter what. And usually if I were to run a fast regular service line like this, I would want to have multiple trains on this line to start it off, like 2 trains to start off. Okay, and then I think I want to go ahead and actually can I delete that bridge? Yes I can, but I'm gonna pause it real quick. Okay, and then I want to go ahead and just click one more over. I want to go over to the medium country roads just so that way we don't have to upgrade it later on. So there's that. We want to go up 1 and 2 and 3, and then that creates a gap for us so that way we have navigatable seas underneath. We want to go for a stone bridge, and yeah, there's that. And just connect to there, as well as connect over to here. Perfecto. And as far as the trains are concerned, let's go ahead and basically do the same. Yeah, too much slope, as I was kind of expecting. So let's go ahead and take it from over here, right there, and just do it right there. And how far can I get up? Ooh, not too far. Let's go to there. How far can I get this to go up? Can I get this to go up at all, that is? Come on. I should be able to get this to go up at least a little bit. Okay. Well, that's not going to help me much. Then I'm just going to do that. That way I have a point to go off of. Oh, that's perfect. Stone bridge. Actually, go for that one. Just because it's a good bridge to use in my opinion. And then just go up. And that still won't allow me to get them to go under. Just barely though. Ugh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and flatten this out again. Like that. That's gonna cost us 200k. And quickly, I'm going to take out another 2 million for our loan. 2.5, 2 million. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this over. One thing that I do like to do is create like a small crossing right here, just so that way it doesn't create like any extra like bumps and gaps when you're trying to do the tracks all in one go. Plus it also gives you a waypoint as far as like where the track should go by. And then I wanted to go over here, and usually it's fairly inexpensive to do that, so there's that. And then down here, That's 51 right there, so let's go ahead and just and that to be 60. That'll be fine. There we go. That's what I like to see. Awesome. So there's where our train line is going to be. Let's go and start off by getting it on the actual routes. Let's go and do ×2 speed, and let's go do that. And then I want to go and place the depot on this side. Now the depot that I'm going to be using is the engine depot, engine shed depot, which is this one right here. It unlocks in the year 1890. That's the reason that I started in the year 1890. And there is a lot of train mods that I will most likely be using throughout this entire LP. So, as you can plainly tell, we have GWR mods. So if you've never heard of GWR, they're the Great Western Railway. They're stationary in the, I believe, the western part of the UK, reason why they're called the Great Western. And I have a feeling that I want to use one of the GWRs. Now the GWR 0-6-02301 is fairly inexpensive. It's only 600k versus like the T3, which is 714. It has good horsepower, but in fact it has just a little bit more than the GWR, but it has 12 miles per hour for less speed. This one's 388, 364. Okay, that's just based on horsepower, that is. So there's that. So let's go ahead and buy that vehicle. I'm gonna quickly pause so that way we don't end up going to the next year yet. And then wait, actually, sell that vehicle actually. Since we're at the end of the year, just go ahead and do that. We'll get an autosave, and we also got the Landauer. We're not going to be using passenger bus services yet, but we will. In the meantime, buy you, and I want to only get the short cars, okay? And then just get 2 of these. Okay. And I'm not sure if there's a brake van that we can use. No, there isn't. There's not one for the short. There is one for the clear story, but I'm not going to use the clear story. So let's go and put that on the line. There we go. As you can see, there it is. Some of the GWR trains kind of remind me a little bit of a old TV show back from like the early 2000s. And I think that it's still popular today with a lot of kids. And if you know the TV show that I'm talking about, most likely everyone does, because honestly, if you love trains, this more likely got you into it. Thomas the Tank Engine, those trains kind of remind me of that, mostly because they're always short trains, and then they're pretty uniquely designed. So this one is going to be Mexborough. And then Askern. Okay. Simply said and done. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leave the episode there. If you have any suggestions, comments, feedback, or concerns, please leave me a comment down below, and I will do my best to make it happen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. I remember